Emma showed up again 3 days later. I wasn't surprised this time. I felt nothing twist inside me. No fear. No panic. Just a quiet acceptance that she no longer held the same place in my life. She stood at the door, breathing hard. "Ethan, please listen. I'm ready to fix everything." I looked at her calmly. "Fix what, Emma?" "Us," she said. "I've thought about everything. I understand where I went wrong. I'm ready to try again." "Why now?" I asked. "Because I'm done running," she said. "I want to work on myself, and with you." I sighed. "Emma, I'm not the same man anymore." She stepped closer. "But I am trying." "I believe you," I said gently. "But trying doesn't erase what happened." "I was confused," she whispered. "I got lost in therapy terms. I let Mason distract me. I hurt you. But I want to repair this." I shook my head. "It's not that simple." "Why not?" she asked, voice trembling. "Because I'm finally healing," I said. "And I can't heal by going backwards." She grabbed my arm. "Ethan, we can rebuild." "No," I said softly. "We can't." She froze, tears forming again. "So this is it? After everything we had?" "We didn't lose everything," I said. "We grew apart. And the way we grew hurt both of us. But I've learned something important." "And what's that?" she whispered. "That loving someone doesn't mean letting them destroy you." Her grip loosened. Her shoulders fell. For the first time, she didn't fight my words. She just nodded slowly, like the truth finally settled inside her. "If you ever need me," she began. "I won't," I said gently. "But I do hope you heal. For real this time." She let out a shaky breath. "Goodbye, Ethan." "Goodbye, Emma." And she walked away, quietly this time. No shouting. No therapy words. No blame. Just silence. A peaceful silence. The next day, I went to see Dr. Carter. He greeted me with a small smile. "I was hoping you'd stop by." "I just wanted to thank you," I said. "You didn't have to warn me, but you did." "I only wanted clarity for you," he said. "Emma isn't a bad person. She's just afraid of facing herself." "I know," I replied. "I used to want to fix that. And now," I said, "I want to fix myself." He nodded. "That is real healing. Do you think she'll be okay?" I asked. "I hope so," he said. "But her healing must come from wanting to change, not from losing something." "I can't be her lesson," I said softly. "You shouldn't be," he agreed. I left his office feeling lighter than I had in months. That night, I sat at Jake's dining table with a blank sheet of paper. I thought about writing Emma a final message, explaining everything I couldn't say before. Instead, I wrote to myself, "Ethan, stop shrinking your heart so someone else can feel tall. Stop calling pain love. Stop giving chances to people who use them as weapons. You deserve a life that doesn't make you apologize for needing honesty. You deserve peace. You deserve you." When I finished, I felt a warmth in my chest, a strange, unfamiliar rise of strength. I folded the letter and placed it in my wallet, a promise to myself. Then I blocked Emma's number. Not out of anger, but out of acceptance. She couldn't reach me anymore, not through calls, not through guilt, not through the pieces of the past I used to cling to. This was my life now. Mine. Later, I walked outside alone. The night was cool, quiet, calm. For the first time in months, my steps felt steady. My breath felt easy. My mind felt clear. The streetlights glowed softly above me, and the wind brushed against my shoulders like a gentle reminder. "You made it out." I whispered into the empty street. "I'm free." It wasn't revenge. It wasn't victory. It was self-respect. The closure I had been begging from her. I finally gave to myself. I didn't expect to hear from Lily again, but she called early in the morning, her voice shaky. "Ethan, everything came out." I sat up instantly. "What do you mean?" She couldn't hide it anymore. People saw messages. Screenshots. Mason bragged about it until he got called out. Everyone at work knows she emotionally cheated and used therapy as a shield. I rubbed my face. "How did she react?" "She tried to blame you," Lily said softly. "Said your insecurity pushed her away. But no one bought it. She spiraled. And Mason, what about him?" "He ghosted her. Completely. Deleted her number. Blocked her." I closed my eyes. Part of me felt sorry. Part of me felt nothing. "She's not okay," Lily continued. "I think she's going to come to you." I didn't reply. I already knew she would. It happened that same night. I heard frantic knocking at Jake's apartment door. I knew that sound. It was desperation. When I opened it, Emma stood there, mascara streaked, hands trembling. "Ethan," she whispered, "please, please don't close the door." I didn't, but I didn't step aside either. She broke into tears instantly. "I lost everything. I need you." Her voice cracked in a way I'd never heard before. She reached for my hand, but I pulled it back out of reflex. She flinched. "You hate me." "I don't hate you," I said. "I just don't know what you expect from me." I don't know," she sobbed. I can't be alone." "You weren't alone," I said quietly. "You had Mason." She winced like I stabbed her. "He's gone. He lied. He used me. I made a mistake." "A mistake," I whispered. "Emma, you didn't trip and fall into another man's life." She covered her face. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Her apology should have meant something. Months ago, I would have clung to every syllable, begging for her love back. But now, looking at her, I saw everything Dr. Carter warned me about: guilt, shame, avoidance. Not growth. She took a shaky breath. "Can we talk? Really talk?" "About what?" I asked. "Us," she whispered. Something in me twisted. "Emma, there is no us to talk about." She shook her head violently. "Don't say that. You can't say that. You love me." "I did," I said softly. "But you didn't love me back. You loved who listened." "I'm listening now," she begged. "Only because you have nowhere else to go." Her lip trembled. "Ethan, I messed up. But I swear, therapy confused me and Mason." "Stop," I said. "Don't blame therapy. Don't blame Mason. Don't blame my insecurity. Just once take responsibility." She stared at me, silent. I continued. "You slapped me for asking if you loved me. You lied and told me I was draining you. You let me believe I was the problem while you were texting him." "I know," she whispered. "I was scared. I felt something for him again, and I didn't want to admit it." "So you punished me instead?" She cried harder. "I didn't mean to. I just wanted escape. And I was the easiest person to hurt," I said. She didn't deny it. For the first time, I didn't feel small in front of her. I didn't feel confused or desperate or afraid. I felt clear. She reached out again. "Ethan, please. I need you. I have nothing left." And that was the moment everything inside me shifted. I whispered, "I'm not your emotional backup plan." She froze. "What?" "You didn't come here because you love me," I said. "You came because Mason left and your world collapsed." "That's not true," she cried. "It is," I said. "If Mason hadn't ghosted you, you wouldn't be standing here." She looked down, her silence confirming it. "I begged for your love," I said. "I begged for your honesty. I begged for answers. You gave all those things to someone else." "And now," she whispered. "Now," I said softly, "I'm choosing myself." She took a shaky step back. "So you're done with me?" "I'm done hurting," I said. "You have to face what you did." She wiped her tears with shaking hands. I don't know how to do that." "You'll figure it out," I said gently. "But I can't do it for you." "Ethan," she whispered, "please don't close the door." I looked at her, broken, confused, selfish, lost. Not evil, not a monster, just someone who refused to face herself until the world forced her to. "I'm sorry," I said, "but I have to." And I closed the door. Not out of cruelty. Out of finally loving myself enough to walk away. I was sitting on Jake's couch 2 days after I left the apartment when my phone rang. The number was unfamiliar, but something told me to answer it. "Hello," I said. "Ethan, this is Dr. Carter." My chest tightened. "Is everything okay?" He exhaled. "I wanted to check on you. I've been thinking about what you told me, and I'm concerned about how Emma is using my words." I rubbed my forehead. "She keeps saying therapy told her everything she's doing is justified." "That is not therapy," he said firmly. "That is guilt speaking. She is misusing my guidance to excuse guilt-driven actions." "So it's not me?" I whispered. "I'm not the crazy one." "Not at all," he said. "She is carrying something she doesn't want to face. And instead of dealing with it, she's rewriting the story to make you responsible." I leaned back, eyes burning. I knew something felt wrong. "Take care of yourself, Ethan," he said. "She must face her truth alone." I thanked him and hung up, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. Everything finally made sense. Therapy didn't change her. Therapy became her shield. And I was done letting her hide behind it. Later that evening, I returned to the apartment to pick up a few things. Emma was in the kitchen, pacing with her phone in hand. She stopped when she saw me. "So now you just walk in without warning?" "It's my apartment too," I said quietly. She huffed. "Whatever. I'm too stressed for this." Work was hell today. Why? I asked. She hesitated. They pulled me into a meeting. Apparently someone spread rumors about me and Mason. People are judging me. I couldn't help it. Are they wrong? Her eyes snapped up. There you go again. Blaming me. I didn't blame you, I said. I asked a question. You're always judging me, she snapped. Your insecurity pushed me to someone who listens. I felt something inside me break, and then rebuild in a new, sharper shape. No, I said. My insecurity didn't do anything. Oh really? She shot back. You were paranoid. You kept asking who I talked to. You made everything tense. It wasn't paranoia, I said calmly. It was your dishonesty. She flinched just barely. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do, I said. You lied. You hid things. You used therapy words to cover guilt. You're twisting things, she said, voice rising. Dr. Carter called me, I said quietly. She froze. He what? He said you misused everything he told you. You twisted his words into weapons. He had no right. He didn't share your secrets, I said. He just told me the truth. You hurt me because you're avoiding your own guilt. Emma looked away. You're unbelievable. No, I replied. I'm finally seeing clearly. She scoffed. So now you think you're better than me? No, I said. I think I'm finally done apologizing for things I didn't do. Her jaw tightened. You're abandoning me when I need support. You abandoned me months ago, I said. I just didn't want to admit it. She didn't speak. The silence wasn't sharp this time. It was revealing. Over the next week, Jake and I talked late into the nights. Ava checked on me daily, and I felt something in me slowly heal. I wasn't crying every hour. I wasn't shaking. I wasn't begging. I was breathing again. One afternoon, Ava sat beside me with a cup of tea. You're getting stronger, she said. I'm trying, I whispered. You're doing more than trying. I nodded. For the first time, I'm not chasing her. She doesn't deserve the chase, Ava said softly. Before I could reply, my phone buzzed with a message from Lily. Emma got another warning at work. Late again. Another text followed. People are talking about her and Mason. It's getting messy. I stared at the screen, feeling nothing. Not anger, not joy, just clarity. Jake looked over my shoulder. Karma's moving fast. I didn't want this for her, I said quietly. You didn't cause it, he replied. She did. I looked at him. I spent months thinking I was losing my mind. She made you think that, he said. But not anymore. I let out a long breath. No, not anymore. 3 days later, Emma showed up at Jake's apartment door. Her hair was messy, her eyes swollen. She looked small. We need to talk, she said. Jake crossed his arms. Say whatever you need to say. But don't step inside. She glared at him. Where's Ethan? I stepped forward. I'm here. She swallowed. Things at work are falling apart. People are spreading rumors. Mason isn't answering. And I'm sorry things are hard, I said gently. She blinked, confused. So you don't hate me? No, I said. But I'm not carrying your mistakes anymore. Her lip trembled. I just wanted someone to listen. You had me, I said. But you chose someone else. And then blamed me for your choices. That's not fair, she whispered. It's the truth. She stepped back like the words hit her. So you're done. I hesitated only a moment. Yes. For the first time, I felt the power shift. Not out of revenge. Not out of anger. Out of acceptance. She wiped her eyes. I didn't think you'd ever stop chasing me. I didn't think so either, I said. But I finally caught the truth. She looked away, silent. And for once, her silence wasn't a knife. It was closure. I kept telling myself I was imagining things. That the letter M in her notifications didn't mean anything. That Emma wouldn't do this to me, not after everything we'd been through. But the truth was already showing itself in pieces, and I was the only one refusing to put them together. One night, I walked into the living room and found her curled up on the couch, laughing at her phone. Really laughing, the kind of laugh she used to give me. The kind I hadn't heard in months. Who's that? I asked quietly. She jumped, clutching the phone to her chest. Don't sneak up on me like that. I walked, I said softly. I didn't sneak. She rolled her eyes. I'm texting. Don't hover. I'm not hovering, I replied. I just asked who it is. It's none of your business, she snapped. I need space to breathe. But you're laughing, I whispered. You haven't laughed like that with me in a long time. That's not my fault, she said sharply. You've been suffocating me with your emotions. Emma, who is M? She stood up fast. I don't owe you explanations. Therapy taught me that. I stared at her, feeling my heart drop a little lower. What did therapy teach you? That hiding things is healthy. That pushing me away is healing. She crossed her arms. It taught me boundaries. Something you never respected. I forced myself to breathe. I'm just asking. Who is he? Stop policing me, she shouted. I can talk to anyone I want. Even your ex? I asked, though I didn't know yet. The words came out on instinct. She froze. And that was all I needed to see. The next day, Lily found me outside Emma's office building, pacing like I was losing my mind. She walked up to me cautiously. Ethan, are you okay? No, I said. And I don't know what to believe anymore. She hesitated. Can I tell you something? I probably shouldn't, but I can't watch this happen. What? I asked. The guy she's been texting, his name is Mason. Mason Brooks. My stomach dropped so hard I felt dizzy. Mason, I whispered. Her ex. The one who cheated on her. Lily nodded. She said she needed emotional clarity. She's been meeting him after work. A few of us tried to warn her, but she said therapy helped her see things differently. She lied to me, I whispered. Over and over. Lily sighed. I'm sorry, Ethan. You didn't deserve this. I couldn't speak. I just walked away, feeling everything tilt inside my chest. When I got home, I found Emma still on the couch, still on her phone. I stood in front of her until she finally looked up. What now? She asked. I know who Em is. She stiffened. You went through my phone? No, I said, my voice shaking. Lily told me. She had no right. And you did, I whispered. Meeting your ex? Lying to me? Blaming therapy for everything. She jumped to her feet. I'm allowed to talk to people from my past. Therapy says to reconnect with parts of myself I abandoned. Mason is not a part of yourself, I said. He's a mistake you're repeating. Don't tell me how to heal, she screamed. Then tell me this, I said quietly. Do you still love me? She froze. She didn't blink. She didn't breathe. She didn't say a single word. Her silence sliced through me worse than the slap ever did. Emma, I whispered, please say something. She looked away. My chest crumpled. You can talk to Mason, but you can't talk to me? You're being dramatic, she muttered. No, I said. I'm being destroyed. She rolled her eyes again, and something in me finally cracked in a way that couldn't be fixed. I stumbled back, grabbing the wall. She didn't move toward me. She didn't care. I whispered, what happened to us? You happened, she said. Your emotions, your fear, your constant need to know everything. Because you were hiding everything, I said. Because you made me, she yelled. Therapy says people like you push others into secrecy. I let out a breath I'd been holding for weeks. No, Emma. People lie because they choose to. Her jaw clenched. And that was the end of the conversation. She tried to walk past me, but I caught her wrist. Not tight, just enough to stop her. Don't touch me, she snapped. I'm not hurting you, I whispered. That's what you think. I let go instantly. My voice broke. Just tell me if you love me. Again, silence. I felt myself fading, like a person dissolving inside their own skin. A sharp knock broke through the tension. Jake stood in the doorway, eyes dark with concern. Pack a bag, he said. What? You're coming with me. Emma scowled. He's not going anywhere. Jake stepped inside. He's leaving before he collapses. I'm fine, I whispered. No, you're not, Jake said. Look at you, man. I did look, at my shaking hands, my uneven breath, my empty eyes reflected in the window. I didn't recognize myself. Emma rolled her eyes again. This is ridiculous. Emma, Jake said coldly, he's dying in front of you. And you won't even answer a simple question. She crossed her arms. He's overreacting. No, Jake said. You're underfeeling. I swallowed hard. Jake, I can't leave her. You already lost her, he said softly. She's already halfway gone, man. You're fighting ghosts. I closed my eyes. The truth hit like a punch. Emma didn't fight for me. She didn't even look upset. She just watched, waiting for the argument to end so she could get back to Mason's messages. Jake put a hand on my shoulder. Come on, Ethan. Enough. And for the first time, I didn't defend her. I didn't make excuses. I didn't beg. I just nodded. Because I finally understood. I wasn't paranoid. She was choosing someone else. I didn't plan to meet Dr. Lewis Carter. I only went to pick up Emma because I hoped seeing me might soften her mood. Maybe she'd look at me the way she used to. Maybe she'd remember we were supposed to be a team. Instead, I found myself sitting alone in the quiet waiting room, staring at the closed office door. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Emma had texted, running late. Wait outside. But I stayed. I didn't know why. Maybe I wanted to see the man whose words she kept throwing at me like knives. When the door finally opened, Emma walked out fast, eyes glued to her phone. She didn't even see me. Dr. Carter stepped out behind her, adjusting his glasses. I stood and said, excuse me. I'm Ethan. Emma's. She cut me off sharply. Why are you inside? I told you to wait outside. I just wanted. You're crossing boundaries again, she snapped. This is what I mean. Before I could respond, she walked past me and headed straight out the door. Dr. Carter looked at me with surprise. Are you Ethan Walker? Yes, I muttered. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. No, it's fine, he said gently. Is everything all right? You look distressed. I swallowed. Something inside me cracked open. Can I ask you something? He nodded. Of course. Did you tell Emma to treat me like this? I whispered. He looked confused. Treat you how? She said you told her my insecurity is emotional pressure, that I drain her, that I violate her boundaries, that I'm responsible for her storms. His brow furrowed deeper with each word. I said none of that. My heart stopped. None. Ethan, he said softly, therapy is about healing, not blame. I never teach weaponizing boundaries against partners. I felt the air slip out of my lungs. She slapped me, I whispered, and she blamed therapy for it. His eyes widened. She did what? She said I needed too much reassurance. She said you told her I was emotionally unhealthy. I never told her to interpret it that way, he said firmly. I emphasized her need to communicate honestly. Not hide, not attack. So she twisted your words, I murmured. He nodded slowly. Emma struggles with guilt. Sometimes when people feel guilty, they twist guidance to avoid facing the real issue. What issue? I asked. He hesitated. I can't share her private details. But I can say this. Someone trying to outrun a secret will often hurt the person closest to them first. The words hit me like a punch. A secret, I repeated. So she is hiding something. I encourage you to take care of yourself, he said. Her journey is hers. But harming you is not part of healing. I thought I was helping her, I said, my voice cracking. You cannot help someone who refuses to be honest with themselves, he said softly. I stepped back, feeling unsteady. Thank you. I needed to hear that. As I turned to leave, he added, please remember, Ethan, love shouldn't destroy you. When I got home, the apartment felt colder than usual. Emma wasn't back yet. I sat on the couch, pulled out a notebook, and started writing. I didn't know what else to do with all the noise inside my head. I wrote, why am I the one breaking when she's the one lying? Why do I blame myself for her choices? Why do I still love her? The words spilled out faster than I could think. My hand shook through every sentence. A knock sounded on my door. It was Ava, my cousin. She stepped inside and immediately frowned when she saw the notebook. What are you writing? Just thoughts. She picked it up before I could stop her. As she read, her eyes filled with tears. Ethan, she slapped you? She talks to you like this? Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want to make her look bad. She's doing that herself, Ava said. You deserve better. So much better. I love her, I whispered. Ava sat beside me. Love shouldn't hurt like this. She's tearing you apart. I keep thinking if I just stay calm, if I just change. You should not have to change to stop someone from hurting you, she said. This isn't your fault. I leaned forward, burying my face in my hands. Dr. Carter said she's hiding something. A secret. Ava stiffened. Do you know what it is? No, but I think it has to do with the texts with M. She exhaled. Then she's pushing you away to cover her guilt. I don't want to believe it, I said quietly. You don't have to believe it, she replied. You just have to see what she's doing. Emma came home late that night. I tried to speak calmly. Emma, can we? She glared immediately. Why were you talking to my therapist? I didn't plan it. He saw I was upset and asked. You had no right to involve him, she snapped. You're interfering with my healing. I wanted clarity, I said. You keep saying things that don't feel like you. You're trying to control my process, she said, throwing her bag down. You're suffocating me. I'm not, I whispered. I'm trying to understand. Well, stop, she said. Stop asking. Stop questioning. Stop watching me. I'm scared, I finally admitted. Of what? She asked coldly. That I'm losing you. She paused for a moment, just a moment. Then she said, "Maybe you are." The truth hit harder than her slap. She walked into the bedroom and shut the door. And with every second of silence that followed, more of her secrets leaked through the cracks she was trying so hard to hide. I could feel something shifting in the days after the slap. Emma didn't apologize. She didn't even acknowledge it happened. Instead, she started throwing new words at me, words that didn't sound like her at all. One morning, I asked, "Can we talk about what happened? I just want to understand." She didn't look up from her phone. "Ethan, you're violating my boundaries." "By asking to talk." "Yes," she said sharply. "I need emotional space. Stop forcing conversations." "I'm not forcing anything," I said. "I just don't want tension between us." "That's emotional labor," she replied. "I can't carry your anxiety." I stared at her, feeling like she was reading from a script. "Emma, where is this coming from? These words." "It's called therapy," she snapped. "Maybe you should try it." I swallowed the sting. "I'm not attacking you." "You don't have to attack me," she said, sliding her phone into her pocket. "Your neediness does it for you. I only want clarity." "You want control," she said. "Therapy helped me see that." I stepped back. "So every concern I have is control? If it drains me, yes." The word drain echoed in my head long after she left for work. That night at dinner, things grew worse. I tried again, softly this time. "I miss how we talked before. You've been distant. I feel like I'm losing you." She slammed her fork down. "There you go, creating emotional storms." "Storms," I whispered. "Emma, I'm trying to connect." "You're exhausting," she said, leaning back. "Therapy taught me not to carry other people's emotional chaos." "Chaos?" My chest tightened. "Is that how you see me? When you ask me to reassure you, yes." I wanted to scream, but instead I said, "Emma, I love you. I'm not trying to hurt you." "That's the problem," she said. "You think love excuses your emotional demands." I dropped my gaze. "Can you tell me what you actually want from me?" "Space," she said instantly. "Respect for my boundaries. Silence when I need it." "Silence." I repeated. "Emma, couples talk. Not when one person drains the other." The word returned again, drains. She said it the way someone repeats something they memorized, not something they felt. Then her phone buzzed. She snatched it up faster than usual. A small smile touched her lips. I asked quietly, "Who's texting you?" She locked her phone. "Don't start. You're triggering me." "Triggering?" I whispered. "I didn't accuse you. And now you're questioning me," she said. "Stop hovering. My therapist says I need people who understand my boundaries." "Who is M?" I asked before I could stop myself. Her eyes shot up. "Why are you checking?" I saw the notification. "Just the letter." "You're paranoid," she said coldly. "This is why I need space." "Is he from work?" "It doesn't matter," she said. "What matters is you respecting my process." "What process?" "Healing," she said. "And you keep interrupting it." I leaned back, feeling something hollow open inside me. "I don't even know who I'm talking to anymore." "Someone who's finally growing," she replied. Later that night, I went to visit Jake because being in the apartment felt suffocating. As soon as he opened the door, he frowned. "You look like hell, man." "We're not talking," I said. "She keeps shutting me out." "What's she saying now?" "That I drain her. That I'm emotional chaos. That I violate her healing." Jake stared at me. "Bro, people don't talk like that unless they're learning the words for the wrong reasons." "I know," I whispered. "It feels rehearsed. Or repeated from someone else," he said. "Maybe she's getting advice from whoever she's texting." I swallowed hard. "M? Who's M?" "I don't know. She won't say." Jake shook his head. "Something's off." I rubbed my hands together. "Am I overreacting?" "You're reacting like a normal human," he said. "She's using therapy talk as weapons." "It hurts," I admitted. "More than the slap." "As it should," he said. "She's dismantling you with words." "Why would she do that?" "Because she's hiding something," Jake said. "Or someone." The next day, I stopped by the cafe near Emma's office to surprise her with lunch, hoping to reset things. I ran into Lily, her coworker, instead. She hesitated before speaking. "Ethan, can I say something?" "Yeah," I said. "What's wrong?" "Emma's been different," she said carefully. "I know. She's been talking a lot with someone from her past," Lily whispered. "Someone she used to be close to." My stomach flipped. "A guy?" Lily nodded, eyes soft with pity. "I'm not trying to hurt you. But she's been acting guilty. And when people act guilty, they They justify their actions with big words. What's his name? I asked. She took a breath. I think his name starts with M. My heart dropped. M, I repeated. Of course. I'm sorry, she said. I shouldn't say more. It's okay, I whispered. Thank you. When I walked away, the fear I'd been trying to ignore finally pressed against my chest. I hated myself for feeling insecure, but I hated the growing truth even more. Someone else was stepping into her life, and she was using therapy to push me out of it. I never thought a simple question could break me, but that night proved how wrong I was. I remember standing in the middle of our living room, my voice shaking as I asked, Emma, do you still love me? I only said it because she had been cold for weeks, short replies, turned shoulders, late nights at work that didn't feel like work anymore. She didn't answer. She didn't even look at me. Instead, she stepped closer, lifted her hand, and slapped me so hard my ears rang. Stop needing reassurance, she snapped. My therapist says your insecurity is emotional pressure. I touched my cheek, stunned. I just asked a question. And I'm telling you to stop smothering me, she said. You make everything about your feelings. My feelings? I whispered. Emma, you've been shutting me out. I'm just trying to understand. She rolled her eyes. There you go again. Overthinking. I'm tired of it. Something in her tone felt cruel, like she wasn't talking to me, but had a problem she wanted gone. Why are you acting like this? I asked quietly. Because I'm growing, she said. I'm changing, and you don't match where I am emotionally. So asking if you love me is wrong now. It's draining. I felt the room close in on me. Emma, I'm not your enemy. I'm your boyfriend. Then act like it, she said. Stop pulling me backward. I'm not pulling. You are. She cut me off again. My therapist says I need space. You don't understand boundaries. I stared at her, the same woman I loved, but suddenly she looked like a stranger using words she barely understood. You slapped me, I said slowly. And you're blaming me? I'm setting limits. You don't like it because you want control. I've never controlled you, I said, my voice breaking. You're doing it right now, she argued. You always need reassurance. You always need comfort. Therapy is helping me see how unhealthy that is. Unhealthy. I whispered. Emma, I just wanted honesty. Well, here it is, she said. I'm exhausted. I need distance. Stop asking me to feed your emotional needs. I looked at her long enough to realize she meant every word, or thought she did. Something inside me cracked. I backed away from her and said, I think I need air. That's fine, she replied coldly. Take as long as you need. When I stepped outside, the cold night hit my skin, but nothing felt colder than the way she'd looked at me. I pulled out my phone with shaking hands and called Jake. I didn't know who else to talk to. He picked up instantly. Yo, Ethan. You good? No, I said. She slapped me. What? Emma did. Yes. Why? Because I asked if she still loved me. Jake went silent for a moment, then said, Bro, that's not normal. She said her therapist told her my insecurity is emotional pressure. That's not therapy, Jake said. That's manipulation. I pressed my back against the brick wall outside our apartment. Maybe she's right. Maybe I am too much. Don't start blaming yourself, I said. Tell me exactly what happened. I sighed. She barely talks to me anymore. She hides her phone. She stays late at work. I've been scared that she doesn't want me, so I asked if she still cared. And she slapped me for it. That's messed up, he said. She's rewriting everything to make it your fault. She said therapy is helping her grow. By hitting you, he asked. That's not growth. That's guilt. Something's off. I swallowed hard. I still love her, Jake. I know you do, man. But love doesn't excuse abuse. I don't think she meant it, I said weakly. You're defending her while your face is still stinging, he replied. Listen, Ethan, someone taught her a few new words, and now she thinks everything she does is justified. That's dangerous. I rubbed my cheek again, feeling the heat rise under my fingers. She told me my emotions drain her. That's how people twist therapy talk, he said. Real therapy doesn't tell you to hurt someone who cares. I don't know what to do, I whispered. Don't go back inside yet, he said. You're not thinking straight. Come over. We'll talk. I can't leave her like that, I said. She already thinks I'm clingy. Bro, she slapped you, Jake repeated slowly. You're not the problem. I closed my eyes. It felt like she hated me. She doesn't hate you, he said. But she sure doesn't respect you right now. A long silence settled between us. I finally said, Maybe I'm trying to save something already broken. Jake sighed. Maybe. But you don't have to break with it. I nodded even though he couldn't see me. I'll come over. Good, he said. We'll figure this out. As I walked away from my apartment, my cheeks still burning, I felt something inside me shift. A small, painful truth whispering that tonight was only the beginning of a storm I wasn't ready for.